Hello everyone, my name is Bobby Bartow, and for my Action Implementation Plan Final Project, I will be presenting information related to the use of video modeling to promote social-emotional skills in the early childhood classroom. The problem with social-emotional skills development in early childhood is that there is not enough quality instruction provided, thus scores seem to be lower than where they need to be. Research suggests that a supplemental social-emotional skills curriculum is necessary in order to help students successfully mature and develop in this area. How can technology help support early childhood students in the area of social-emotional skills development? There were key ideas that helped connect the research to form an approach to solving the problem. According to the Early Childhood Research Quarterly, a study was conducted that proved video modeling reduced the amount of negative problem behaviors that occurred in the classroom. A specific program was implemented and studied following students at the kindergarten level. The Tools of the Mind program is a supplemental program developed to assist students in the area of social-emotional development. When supplemental social-emotional skills programs are utilized, there's an increase in students' growth within these areas. The Journal of Educational Technology and Society summarizes the effects of collaborative learning, and this comes from additional social-emotional skills instruction through the use of technology. Another key idea includes increased social-emotional skills development of appropriate behaviors according to the Journal of Counseling and Human Development. By using video modeling, students will observe appropriate behaviors when it comes to socializing, interacting, problem solving, and communication. The Journal of Education and Treatment of Behavior helps educators set up appropriate scenarios for video modeling to help students observe and respond to positive social interaction. The research supports the positive effects of video modeling and what they have on early childhood students. However, educators must participate in teacher professional development programs and trainings related to creating and implementing these videos. The Early Education and Development Journal summarizes the effectiveness of video modeling as a supplemental technology, social-emotional skills teaching strategy based on teacher knowledge. It was clear that educators who participated in ongoing teacher professional development related to video modeling were more confident and effective when implementing these strategies. The implementation plan includes using a combination of video modeling and teacher professional development to promote positive social-emotional skills behavior. There were 4 weeks of lesson plans designed to solve the problem. Although the lesson plans were not implemented, results from the assessments could be analyzed to determine whether the use of video modeling and teacher professional development were an effective tool for increasing social-emotional skills behavior for early childhood students. Week 1 is made up of various activities for an introduction. Students will work together to create a list of how they can be a good friend. On the second day, students will observe an animated video from Howard B. Wigglebottom's Listen to Get Along Better with Others. Students will identify ways that peers can be good friends. On the third day, students will draw a picture that captures an image of them doing something kind for a friend and share their images. The last day of the week will have students practice giving compliments to a friend, and they will be recorded using the classroom iPad. Week 2 provides more activities and ends with a formative assessment. Students will be introduced on how to record videos after viewing the videos of each other's compliments from the week before. Students will then take turns using the recording feature on the iPad in small groups. Students will revisit the poster created from the first week of the unit and engage in a large group discussion on how students can be kind to each other. Students will then observe the second animated video from Howard B. Wigglebottom's Listen to Do the Right Thing About Bullying. Students will engage in a large group discussion regarding the appropriate social interactions that were observed in the animated video using the smartboard. A formative assessment will be conducted using My Teaching Strategies Gold assessment tool. This will assess where students are leveled in the area of social-emotional development for the first 2 weeks of implementation. Students will be assessed using an observational checklist and then leveled on Gold. Week 3 includes a large group discussion on how our videos will help us learn to be a good friend and help us control our bodies. After watching the third animated video from Howard B. Wigglebottom's Anger Management, students will discuss the positive ways to control our bodies and emotions. Students will observe instruction from the teacher on how to create our own videos on how to be a good friend and controlling our bodies. The first video recordings will use positive classroom role models to be observed and recorded. The students will then watch the videos on the next day. Students will observe positive social interactions and ways to regulate their emotions appropriately through real videos of classmates. During the fourth and final week, students will follow in a series of video recordings of various scenarios that include functional play skills, positive social interactions, appropriate ways of regulating emotions, and positive problem-solving solutions. Once all the students have had the opportunity to be recorded in a positive way, the videos can be used on a daily basis to observe the positive role models in the classroom setting. At the end of the unit, students will engage in a summative assessment using the My Teaching Strategies Gold Assessment tool. Students will be observed during their unstructured free playtime. Students will be leveled and the data will be analyzed to assess the effectiveness of the video modeling strategy. Before, throughout, and at the end of the 4-week unit, teachers would engage in a professional development group related to the effective use and implementation of video modeling. According to the research, many potential project findings could be concluded. If implemented effectively, there would be an increased overall level of social-emotional development. In order for this strategy to be implemented effectively, there would be a need for initial and ongoing teacher professional development in the area of video modeling. Ideally, there would be an increase in collaboration between students as well. And finally, the promotion of independence in problem-solving skills would be developed by early childhood students. Students were measured by engaging in formative and summative assessments throughout the entire 4-week implementation schedule. The baseline information would have already been conducted before the unit begins, halfway through the unit, and students would be assessed for instructional adjustments, and then a final formative assessment would occur at the end of the unit. The process of the action implementation plan included various steps to find an approach to solving a major problem in the educational setting. First, a topic that proved to be an issue in the educational setting was brainstormed, and once the topic was selected, research was conducted and synthesized in an annotated bibliography. Reviewing the literature allowed for new information on the topic to be used to form an approach to solving the issue. A problem statement was then created to identify the specific problem and narrow research specific to the implementation schedule. Lessons were created to be implemented based on the research to find ways to promote positive social-emotional skills in the early childhood classroom. Project findings were concluded based on the research as well. Overall, the process of the AIP helped create a solution to a problem based on research rather than just creating various trial and error attempts.